What's up, Team Boosted? We're doing another Porsche Speedster. What's up, YouTube? Hey, what up? Seriously, what's up, guys? We're hopping right into this one. We got everything wired up. You guys already saw us build the Speedster before. We just hooked it up exactly the same way. As a lot of you know, it needed a new transmission. So this is actually the first start put back together. Anything could happen. This is where we're gonna start today off. Sam, you wanna, not Sam, James, you wanna hop in there and just go in the cockpit? And, oh, we got new exhaust too. Look at this real quick.
Oh yeah, show them the bundle. The bundle of snakes.
It goes woo! So we wanted it quieter so it doesn't make your ears bleed. So this is the first start, hopefully. Allegedly standing back. This is how we're starting this video. James, put the steering wheel on.
And bye, everybody. This thing's such a bitch to start, and now I don't have nearly as much audible feedback of what it's actually doing, so it's kind of hard to start it now. Changing starter tone is concerning right there.
Rotaries are a little lame to start sometimes, especially with the 85. This car has been no exception. This might take a minute. We've got our... Okay, so we have some concerning news in that the vacuum on Megasquirt or Tuner Studio isn't doing any vacuum things when we crank it over, so we're concerned that perhaps we don't have any compression. A good way to test for that is to see if we could actually hear compression noises when we remove a spark plug. So Sam's, oh hey, look at this, I want to show you guys. Rotary spark plugs are fucking weird.
Should have done that one ago. It's been like a month.
Oh yeah, whatever. Anyways, we're hopefully wanting to hear some compression noises.
And let's see what happens. We need to shim that
Bad starter noises.
But
that starter sounds like hell, but the compression
Moroccan noise,
yeah, the was good. It was even, it was solid. If it's low on compression, at least it's even, so I don't think it's an issue. We don't have a rotary compression tester, so we can't get actual numbers, but that
sounds pretty aggressive, and yeah. So the engine's not fucked, allegedly.
No, we didn't think it was fucked, but we just wanted to make sure, since it's, I mean, it was hard to start before, and as a sleep-deprived new parent, I don't really remember how hard this thing was to work on.
Well, it goes on and off. Sam and I had literally not changed the tune one day, and it just refused to start for some reason. Remember that?
This thing's fucking butthole, dude.
Yeah, I think sucks. One rotors are a cool concept, but...
Nobody else should do this.
Alright, before we hit you guys with some bad news, I want to introduce a car that's going to be coming up on the channel during track season. Hope you're ready to talk about the Pornmobile. Oh.
I just locked the door, but
he didn't know we were gonna do this.
I can fix that. Bada boom.
Now when I said Pornmobile,
oh yeah,
look at this.
It's a pretty nice interior, all things considered.
It's really nice. You gotta appreciate red leather.
I just put this
very 80s drug lord.
Off that hood.
Let's open up the clamshell. So the idea with this is some road course this winter.
Yeah, just something that's a little cheaper to run than Porsches, or getting my Volkswagen done in time since, you know, new kid and all that.
But yeah, new kid.
Yeah, so this is just cheaper, simpler, just as fun. So
what do you want to have done before track season?
I have a Pro Charger. I have a Pro Charger kit for this engine.
It's like a bolt-on, right?
It's a bolt-on. It's actually meant for this. It came off of an 88, and this is an 88. So It won't bolt on, but it should be pretty close to bolting on.
So obvious stuff, it's a C4, but what else is special about it?
Well, it's supposedly a 35th anniversary edition, but I don't think so. The more I look at it, the less I think it is. But it's clean, it's low mileage. It's a C51 package car, so it has the 13-inch brakes in the front. It's got the stiffer springs, leaf springs, because these are leaf sprung, and the better shocks. Most of that's going away though. So I'm going to be throwing coilovers onto the front and going to be changing out the rear suspension for coilovers when money permits.
Okay, so let's hit these guys with some bad news now. Into the shop.
Oh God, yeah, let's do it.
Oh, it's got a thing.
Yeah, it's got this.
That's really cool. It's got like a...
Yeah, it's got this because the shock is not strong enough to hold it up. I don't know if it's supposed to be strong enough to hold it up on its own, but I'm guessing since it has this weird little like springy bit, it's not. But this thing weighs like 100 pounds.
Yeah, it does.
This hood's so fucking heavy. Carbon fiber hood would be nice too. But we'll see what mods get done. At the very least, aluminum radiator, oil cooler, better tires.
C4.
C4.
All right, let's go compression test the one rotor. Okay, so we mentioned earlier that the compression noises sounded good, and they do. They sound even, but like your ear can only tell you so much. And the issue that we're having is it sounds like it wants to start, but it's not. It's just not starting. Like we've tried for like a couple hours, and when we first built this, it started pretty easily. So we got a compression tester. We already know what the results are. Anyways, here we go. Barely anything.
She's dead. She's dead, Jim.
She's dead. Before you say anything, it sounded a little slow. We don't have the 16 volt hooked up, but we have done this at 250 RPMs. It's just not making any compression.
We are suspicious that when it's seized in the trans, it may have like shock loaded to the side seals or something. Who knows? We got to take it apart and figure it out because somehow it's not making enough compression now. It was working fine at 6,000 RPM when it spontaneously stopped though, so that's cool.
You know what's stupid? We had this engine on the ground 4 days ago and we didn't...
We had this engine on the ground for like 3 weeks up until 4 days ago. There's so many opportunities we had to take it apart. Plus we have spare seals for everything, so like we could have fixed this.
We might theoretically be able to rebuild this today.
Yeah, unless it's like really messed up in there, which I don't foresee it being really messed up in there because we already looked through the ports, it looked fine. And if we do have to do something, we got that 13B. We can pull apart some stuff on my 13B to make this thing work.
We could ruin another engine.
We can kill another perfectly good rotary in order to make this crappy one rotor work.
We're doing this because it's one of the most unique builds stroking our
This
own
is all
cocks
for
here
you guys at this point.
on YouTube. We know this is we could easily just put the 2 rotor in this. We got a tune that works for that.
Yeah, my 2 rotor works perfect. And it would make 300 horsepower just fine in this thing.
But oh, 1 rotor. Okay, so
we don't want to give up for you guys. This is for you.
We're gonna skip the bullshit time lapse so we can just work and get this out. We'll see you guys in like 1 second when it's on the ground ready to be taken apart.
I think we're gonna build this.
Most effective way to drain the coolant. I was shooting out like a fucking missile earlier. Whatever. I mean, it's still kind of flowing a little bit.
Oh, it's picking up. It's picking up steam.
That might be it. There might be too much air in it now.
Yeah.
By the way, when I said new exhaust, here it is. It's an entire car's worth of tubing and like a 2 foot by 1.5 foot package. It weighs more than the sun, so maybe one day we'll make it out of titanium. 2 hours later, the world's smallest engine is out. I don't know if that's an accurate statement, but
well, it's pretty small.
Pretty small.
It's real easy to remove. So we did something right. At least we made an engine that's super unreliable but easy to take out.
All right, let's take it apart and see what the damage is. Show me that real quick. This is what is known as a torque multiplier. So for every rotation you make, it makes less than 1 on this end. I don't know what the exact ratio.
It's a 3 to 1.
3 to 1?
Yeah,
so
3 to 1 output.
So it just multiplies your torque, makes big stupid freaking shit like this easier.
Marginally, I mean...
Devin, you want to hold on to that?
Yeah, you want to hold the stick so it doesn't like whip me in the face or something. Anybody that's ever worked on rotaries knows these are torqued to like 200 some foot-pounds. I can't remember the exact figure, but it's like retarded high, and we're doing it with...
If you saw the old video when we put it on, we used a gigantic like 4 foot wrench.
Yeah, This thing makes life a lot easier. I don't know why we didn't use this last time because I've owned this for like 4 years.
Just haven't used it once.
The big wrench is funner.
Yeah, the big wrench has got more visual appeal, so.
It's true.
And it's already naturally trying to get into the position where it's taken apart.
Just get it all out.
Pee.
It's alright, big guy. That's why we use distilled water.
Yep.
Oh yeah, let's put them in the motor.
It's
That's a lot of oil.
It's hemorrhaging more fluids onto the ground. Sam.
It's not my fault. I didn't drain the fucking oil. I just got here.
We did, and this is what happens. We don't have video proof of draining it because we said, hey, we're going to skip the part where we take it out of the car and then it'll be right here.
Wow, most of that oil just ended up on the floor.
Wow, cool.
Like some of it.
That's RTV, dude.
That's just RTV. That's probably from the oil pan.
That's not.
Ooh, what's it picking up in there?
Shmoo.
Shmoo?
Bits.
Bits.
Bits?
Yeah.
I don't like the sound of bits.
There's some bits in there.
Bits of what?
And
That's a lot of milk.
yeah, that's
probably from the ethanol.
That's normal with rotaries anyway. They don't.
Is the bits normal though?
The bits is not normal.
the bits is not okay. Bits is bad.
It's covered in bits, dude. Bits of what though?
Like
We
that.
have
There's a bit right on the thumb.
we've yet to find out what the bits are. We will find out.
All right. Well, besides these coming loose, which not the end of the world.
That all looks pretty good.
That doesn't look bad in there. Yeah, there we go. That'll be enough to hold the apex seals in. Okay. Yeah, we lost a corner seal, but that's fine. Oh. There's your problem.
Is she broken?
Yeah, look at how little of this fucker is left in here, dude. Look at how short it is. Look at how short it is.
Oh, yeah.
that's not nearly.
All right, hold on. Pull that
There.
flip it over and try not to.
Oh, 3 of them.
This whole side's fucked?
Yeah, all of these
So
are way too short.
Look at this burn mark.
Well, that's combustion gases escaping over it.
Yeah.
Where'd that other corner?
So these are all supposed to be full length. Remember, Devin, you can cut to a clip
Oh,
of
look
you
at this
actually
shit.
like taking time to clearance these.
Look at this shit. Look in here. Look at all this.
Is that all bits of it?
That's all bits.
Has been grinded to oblivion.
It actually doesn't look like it did any damage to the fucking housing.
Well, yeah, this is just messed up. So why would this have happened?
I'm guessing my novice bridge porting skills on this housing resulted in it catching the corner of the seal on this
Because
side.
actually all 3 of these have exactly the same damage. So luckily, the center aluminum housing seems to be unscathed, as does our custom short eccentric shaft for the one rotor. We're gonna go ahead and replace both irons with this perfectly good. We know these irons are good, so we're just gonna use James's 13B, and then we'll just buy new irons for that. But to save money and to make this go faster, we're just gonna disassemble that engine and use those for this. I don't know if we're gonna mess around with porting because we messed that up the first time. It wasn't our tuning. It wasn't anything weird that happened with the transmission. It was just a little burr down there during porting that caught the side seals and made them way too short. So that's what happened. Ready to rebuild it and go back together. You know, not fun, but now we know why it was so hard to start before. Those were probably progressively getting shorter over time. The kind of scary thing is we don't know where they went. There's no damage in here, so they weren't like tumbling around, but we can't find them. They might have just been slowly getting ground down and just shooting out of the exhaust. That's another thing we have to check out is the turbine wheel on the, we gotta check out the wheel on the exhaust side of our turbo. Make sure that's good, because if we did have chunks of shit flying out of there, we wanna make sure our turbo's still good. But pretty easy to pull the motor, take it apart, We know what's wrong with it now. Time to rebuild and get back at it. All right, guys, that's gonna wrap this one up. Welcome to the redneck ending where we're in our boat that's in the middle of the street blocking traffic. Because we're working on that today. But that's besides the point. The point of this video was that we actually did break the engine. What seems to have happened was during porting it wasn't done perfectly and there was a little burr. I think I pointed that out in the footage that caught the side seals and destroyed all three. But fortunately it looks like no other damage was done, and fortunately we have a 13B with 2 good irons, so we can just replace them and move on, pretend it didn't happen. And we're gonna get it rebuilt tomorrow. So today's Thursday, yeah, tomorrow we will have it back together, and then hopefully in the next video it'll be running again. But that's all there is to say about that. We give away products from boostedshades.com at the end of every video. Instructions on how to win after Devin picks this one. Even if you don't win, that's the best way to support us, is Boosted Shades. Check it out. Buy some shit.
This video's winner is Invincible Extremes Muscles Cars and Garage.
Okay.
That was a very long name.
Hit us up at Teamboosted at boostedshades.com or through any of our social media platforms. We'll get back to you and ship you something. If you guys want to win, all you got to do is like, subscribe, and leave a comment. The comment could be anything, but we ask you guys things at the end of every video to make it easier if you can't think of something on your own. This video's question is, should we pro charge the boat? It's got a 5-liter small block Chevy in it. We can get a supercharger for it, pro charger kit. So what do you think about that, Devin?
I disapprove of that idea. This is a perfectly working engine. You see how us building engines goes.
Anyways, guys, that's gonna wrap this video up.
Yeah, as always, guys, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.